Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm making this video to tell you the overview of predict churn data set, or like the predict the customers who is going to churn or not. I have already made the detailed video on this, but this video will help you to understand what you are going to learn and what is the data pre-processing. And if you have the data in your hand, what you should do step by step with your data set. It will clear your fundas and then you can watch my those detailed videos too. Okay, so this is for you. Only with you only need to take out 10 to 15 minutes and then just watch it, and then you can start working with your those steps. When you see the detail videos, it will make your more deeper understanding after watching this video. If you did not watch that videos yet, then this is video is going to be perfect. If you have already watched my those videos, even then you can watch it again. Okay, so let's start here. Let me open my here whiteboard. All right. So let's start with the very simple step. So what is the most important? When you have the data set in your hand, right? What do you think? What you should do with that data set, right? Several things come in your mind. I will check its goal, right? And then some students will think, I will check its data dictionary and goal too, right? But nobody think about it. Is it really important to talk with the stakeholder or talk with the domain expertise? Maybe you are thinking, Nita, we are at a beginner level. From where we will find the stakeholder? From where we will find the domain expertise? That is fine, but you can just Google it, right? You can Google about, if data dictionary is not available, you can Google about it, right? And you can just read about the domain on the Google. Let's say if you pick up the marketing data set, right? So about the marketing, you can Google it, what important features belong to marketing analysis. Okay. So I'm not this is not, it will just take you 10 minutes. So if you do like this way, so what is the biggest advantage of this thing? You will understand the goal at a deeper level. You don't need any stakeholder right now. You don't need any domain expertise. But it will set your mind whenever you have the data set in your hand. It's the most important part because it will help you to understand the importance of the features. It will understand your correlation of the feature. So this is the most important part actually. If you watch my part 1 data analysis series of the predict the customer will churn or not, so you can see it in detail. Okay, so now I will divide it here. When you have the data set in your hand, I'm going to overview of the all steps for machine learning model. Okay, so we will give the heading here, overview of the machine learning model. I'm not going to take a same example. I will take some other example here, okay, to make you understand, but you can watch after this the series which I have made in detail. But here you will have the basic knowledge. You will learn what steps actually you are going to learn, okay, during the machine learning model. So here I have divided it into two parts. This is your data analysis. This is your first part, okay? So after that, you will do the model building. And then you will evaluate. This is a simple strategy. Keep it simple. This is a this is a three sections you are going to divide your every model. Okay. So it is your first you just try to understood the process, understand the process. Okay. Then you can watch my detailed video what I'm going to do with the Python. and then you can implement the same. I have already shared the all notebooks in the description box. You can download and start experimenting the things. But mind it, what data set I am using, maybe you are downloading from other website, or there is a difference in the data set. So you don't need to comparison the values. What I am getting the result, your result might be different. My goal is to teach you, to make you understand the process only. What output is coming, this is you need to watch. If it is very low and you are stuck in somewhere, I'm there. You can just drop a comment and send your file. Okay. So here, the data analysis. What you do? Tell me. You can comment in the comment box. What is data analysis? Some students will say this is visualization. Some student will say this is the just we are checking the data in the data and bring out some useful information, insights, and something something. This is a definition, common answer, right? Yes, this is the part of it, but this is not the correct. Like the whole part of the data analysis. There are other steps too for the data analysis. Okay, the first step we have already discussed at initial level. Understand the goal and about the features. This is very important, right? As I have given you the already example, either you have a sport data, you have a weather data, you have a COVID data, you have marketing data, you have the time series data, any data, okay, image data. But you should first understand which features can be important for it. Even you are not going to talk at an initial level with the stakeholder or domain expertise, but you have a peer, you have an instructor, you have a Google. You can ask them. According to you, if somebody is in your colleague, if you're working in your colleague, some people are expert in marketing. They can give you the very good tips. Why don't you talk with them? Right? So this should fit in your mind. This is important. Fit it in your mind. So whenever you are going into the company, you will not forget it. You have to talk with the stakeholder or domain expertise. Okay. And if you want to understand it in detail, more importance, then watch my part one. Okay. So now second thing, you will start exploring the data. Okay. In this, you are going to check missing value. You are going to check duplicates. You are going to check data type using info method. This is the inbuilt Python method. Okay. So apart from this, the third step, you are going to check the feature importance. Why you need it? Some students don't focus on this. They forgot to use actually correlation matrix. Okay, so they don't understand how this is correlated with this one target one. Some students find the missing value here. They find 2 or 3 missing value or 10 or 50. You think, oh, it's a very less number of the missing value, so I will drop it. They don't think out of box. They don't think after this. Okay, I'm not discouraging, like saying you are not thinking. Some students might think, but at initial level, it happened because it happened with me too. Because I am in a so rush, I want to quickly build the model. This is a problem. I sometime I was also in the same shoe. Okay, so in this, don't do this mistake. When you have the missing value, think first. Your first most important thing is you should understand under what category your missing data lie. But you will do it in the model building. Actually, we will not do here, because here we are not doing any data manipulation. Only you can delete the duplicates, because duplicates does not make any contribution in the your model. Okay, and then data type, yes, you should check it, because it is going to tell you how many records you have, how many features you have, which feature is of what type. Okay, this is important. Feature importance will help you to understand the relationship between the features. Let's say if you have the features here, so I will make little about. I'm taking small example. So this is tenure and this is monthly charges, and this is the customer will churn or not. This is your target variable. This is your independent variable. Variable or features, whatever name you want to give, it's correct. Okay. So we also call it target the dependent feature too. Now we can add some values here. Let's 20, 15, 10. Monthly charges, let's say $2,000, 3,000, $1,200. The customer will churn or not, customer will not churn. So 110, this will churn. Okay. So now in this case, if you are not going to check the feature importance, this means you are not going to use a heat map or other methods to check the correlation between this. You will not be able to understand how important this feature is for the churn. This is important. You will say, now, Nija, I have already talked with the stakeholder, I have talked with the domain expertise. So I know which feature is important, but this is a part of your process. You have to do it. Okay. So you have to do it. Then maybe you find something which you again need to discuss with the domain expertise or stakeholder, which they don't know. Because this is your responsibility being a data scientist, being a data analyst. And this is all things you are going to do as a data analyst. Okay. And after that, once you know which feature is important, then you can do the data visualization. Okay. Now there is a many questions come from the student, like which graph is good for the what kind of the data, and which graph is important I should draw. Something like a more questions come, something like this, right? So I have already made the detailed video which graph you should use for what data type. You can watch my data visualization series playlist. Okay. So you can choose the graph based on the feature importance too. But there are three ways to show that here. This one, this is your univariate, in which you will pick up only the single feature, like maybe churn. You want to show, check the distribution of the churn, right? And then bivariate, and then multivariate. So this is a three type of the data visualization actually. Okay. So in bivariate, you will do the comparison of two variable. Like let's say you want to know if the tenure is increasing, will the churn, you want to pick up the two features, tenure plus churn, how it is they are related to each other. Here you only want to check the distribution of churn. It will show you the frequency of the churn only. It will show you the, if this is increasing, this is decreasing, this is decreasing, this is increasing, something like that. Negative correlation or positive correlation, or either there will be the no relation, right? And if you are connected the MC with the churn here, and you want to connect both tenure and MC with the churn, this is called multivariate. Okay. So these are the basic steps you have to do. Okay. And this is very important. And in my first part, I have explained it in detail with the tips and recommendation, explain with the new methods as well, how you can check the feature importance too, except from the heat map correlation. Okay. So watch that video. This is the first part. And now we will go to the second part, model building. So here I forgot to tell you one thing. During data analysis, you are going to use pandas, NumPy, matplotlib, plus Seaborn. Okay, this is very clear. These are the four libraries you are going to use. It's mandatory. But if I have used some advanced method, then might be I have import the another library too, but this is mandatory library. Sometimes students also ask me, Nija, how would I come to know which library should I import? So don't get confused in this. Why are you confused? The solution to this is just declare all libraries you know. If you know the 5 to 6 libraries, you know you are going to use. If even if you are not sure which library you are going to use, then just declare which libraries you know. I'm not saying just like import the 20 libraries, just top 5 or 6 which you know. It might be used, might not be used. And later on, you might be add a new library too, right? Depend upon your methodology, what methods you are going to use. So once your notebook is completed, just remove the libraries which is not usable, because there is no use to keep them. Your notebook will not look professional if you have added the libraries which are not working. and you are not using anywhere. This is for you. Okay, so this is the answer to your discussion. So now we will jump on to the model part. Now your data you have explored, you know what is the goal, you understand the feature importance, you have done the data visualization. This is all done by data scientist, data analyst, business analyst, or other, like it depend upon the company. Okay. In the model building, if you have the data set, after applying all these steps, it's a time for you to handle them. If you find any missing value, handle the missing values. Missing values, numerical, categorical, both. Okay, right? And then you will like do here one more thing. You will also check after this, like you are going to handle it, but before handling the missing value, my recommendation is check the category of missing values. Now you might be thinking, what is that category of missing values? Let's say you have the missing value in your this data set again. So we will draw here this one again. So I will not pick up this data set. We will pick up from healthcare. This is the BP level. This is the age, and this is income. So some healthcare department doing the survey. You fill the survey, but you miss the age or this column. You add the BP level low. Then this is high. Okay. So you are missing this thing. Okay. So, but in a general, at a beginner level, if you find the missing value during the numerical column, you just straightforward apply the mean strategy or either median. If you know where you should use the mean, where you should use the median, which is going to be more beneficial for your model. But I'm giving you the tip here. Just think about it before applying. Don't blindly apply the mean strategy only on the numerical data. Okay. So here you need to understand what three types. Is your missing value lie under MCAR? This means missing completely at random. Okay. So what does it mean? It is not like connected or you are related with the observed. This means dependent variable. It is not affecting at all the other features. This is called missing completely at random. Okay. You skip the whole question in the survey. Okay. And then the second is MAR, missing at random. Okay. So this means you did not fill the income intentionally because you want to hide your high income. This is our nature, right? It's everyone nature's. So this is called missing at random, but it is somehow connected with your observed data, dependent data. Okay. So we call it missing at random. But if you want to like understand it, I have already made the shorts, but I will try to make a big video on this as well with the implementation. And then you have the MNAR, missing not at random. So this means your variable, this one, right? The target one, let's say you want to predict the BP. It is missing and it is like itself, it is not there. Okay. So this is called missing not at random. This is just the layman example. There are a lot of examples. Definitely, I will make the video on this with the more detailed example, but I have already made the practical video using this in the part 2 of the predict whether the customer will churn or not. You can watch that video and you can see how I'm implementing it. Okay. So in this, once you understood under what category your data missing data lie, then there is a way to think and decide whether you are going to apply mean, mode, and median or some other strategy. Maybe you want to apply the regression strategy, you want to apply to handle the KNN algorithm, to handle missing you want to apply the random forest. So there are so many strategies to handle the missing value. There is a no one strategy. At a beginner level, you heard only these strategies, but there are other strategies available too. So that's why it's important. Mostly, sometimes when the interviewer is start asking you the question, they might ask you these questions too. This show your capability. This show your foundation is strong. So you should read about it. Okay, and watch my video so you will understand. Once you are done with this, it's a time to transform the data. This is you are going to do. Okay, the third step is transform the data. So you can prepare it for the model. That's it. And then last, fit the model and predict. Done. These are the steps you are going to do during the model building. Now you have a clear picture what is the difference between data analysis and model building. Okay, now this is also connected with your evaluate the model. This is a but this is after model. This is a like you are in process, right? You are building the model. Now what are the post steps? What you are going to do after building the model? What is your job now? You will first check the accuracy. Here I forgot to mention again the libraries you are going to use. You will use here sklearn. You will use missing number two because I'm using it for to show the your categories MCR, MNAR or those one. Okay, and these four libraries will always be there. Your pandas, NumPy, Matplot, and Seaborn. Okay, I'm also using the advanced technology strategies or methods that is column transformer and pipeline to transform the data. Okay, so you will get a very good practical example in part 2. And then in the third part, what you do? You will check the accuracy, compare all matrices. If your data set is imbalanced and you are not checking it here, then you can handle it here. Handle the imbalanced data. This is only in the case because I wanted to show in the series to show you the comparison if you are making the model with the imbalanced data or like the without imbalanced data, like the with balanced data. So I made this in the part third, but when my like other tip is other recommendation is whenever you are doing the data analysis, you can add this step here too. You can check the imbalance or value count here too at an initial level. Okay, but my overcase the series I have created, this was a different scenario. I wanted to show you the problem actually. Okay, otherwise you can implement it this here too, but there is a no harm. In case you forgot, then you can handle it, evaluate it here too. Okay, at a learning stage, but not in a real time. Okay, in real time you need to check it here. Okay, so this is the one, and your now complete model is ready. Okay, after this, once you're done with these all steps, this is a basic foundational level. These are the basic steps you have to do, right? Here I'm using the your libraries all sklearn. From the sklearn you will import the confusion matrix, you will import the accuracy, precision, recall. This is all from sklearn actually. Okay, so you can watch my video. I have used all this in a detail in the 3 videos. I have divided it into the 3 part of the same data set, so you can learn from the scratch and you can reach at your goal. Okay, but now the next question come in a mind. This is like, okay, I will not draw it here. Okay, so I will close this whiteboard. Now I will tell you what are the most common questions come up from the student actually. Once they build the model, the accuracy is not good. There are 3 scenarios actually. Either your model will be overfitted or maybe under training, oh sorry, underfitting, or maybe it is accuracy is not good. It is not overfitted, not underfitted, but it is not good. You are not happy. So students ask me, Nija, do I need to go to the first step again? Do I need to start the pre-processing again? Not at this stage. The answer to this question is not at this stage. Just if you have applied the linear regression model, maybe accuracy is not working. Your model was not able to understand the pattern correctly. So it is giving you the okay, okay prediction, okay, okay accuracy. Then go with the another model actually at this time. Apply some complex model, right? Random forest, you have the your multilinear regression, polynomial regression, you have the other models too. I'm talking about the regression right now. If it's a classification, go with the other model, random forest classifier, XGBoost, SPM. Many algorithms are available, right? It depends upon the problem you have, regression, classification, or what kind of the data you are working on. If then do the comparison of two models. If you think your first model did not work out, but second might be work out, right? And again, if you have a more time, then use some more strategies, other models, right? So go step by step. Start with the simple model, then intermediate complexity, more complex, right? It will give you the idea. What is the advantage? You are learning so many things, right? It is not mandatory you need to apply each and every algorithm on a different data set. No, your goal should be to understand the process first. What is the logical process you need to follow in case you are facing this problem and you need an answer to this, because in a real time in the company when you are going to join the company, you are not going to do these kind of the things. Like if one model is not working, you will start looking at the from the start and then again train the model. It costs them. Your goal, you should be expert, like you should know if this model will not work with this data set, this model might work. This is the right strategy. If your three model fails and your accuracy is not increasing, then we might go back to the analysis part and we check if we miss anything, right? Maybe you need to change your handling the missing value strategy. Maybe you need to add the feature engineering too. Okay, feature engineering is the best method. Once you build the model and you think might this is feature, if I like join the two feature, we call it feature binding actually. If you bind the two features, this one, right, binding it and create a new feature, might be your model will understand more, right? So your output will be very good. So this is I wanted to let you know. These are the points which comes in the student's mind, and they don't know what from where they should start. That's why in my next video, I will apply the random forest in part 4, random forest classifier, and then I will show you how to hyperparameter the tunes, okay, how to choose the parameters, best parameters to hypertune your model, and then we will do the comparison. I will tell you the other feature engineering methods too. Okay, you can also see with the logistic regression in the part 3. I have already used. Okay, so this is about today's tips, recommendation, and the overview of the model, right? What the steps you need to follow. And now you can watch my 3 videos in the detail, which I have already implemented, and I will continue to upload the next step too. So you can start learning from the scratch. And again, if you have any problem, feel free to comment in the comment box. Thank you so much. See you in the next session.